Disney is perfectly happy with their catastrophic downfall. Interesting. Did you watch this or what?
Is no longer the magical, wonder-filled universe that it was when we were growing up. Not only have they been making uninspiring, lackluster new films, but they have been going back and changing old stories, altering the narratives of iconic creations. To make things even worse, they buy out competitive film studios who are actually making cinematic masterpieces and drag them into the mud. But the people have had enough with Disney's boring and bleak vision for the future. They are losing hundreds of millions of dollars, bombing at the box office with record low sales, stock prices dropping to the lowest in decades, and while you think this may be an indication they need to change, it is only going to get worse. The real reason Disney is refusing to pay attention to their imminent doom is much deeper and darker than you could ever imagine.
Chat, it seems like a lot of the big things that we know of, like the big, massive corporate, big things that we remember as like super popping off, is all pretty much going down. A lot of things, and especially in film and series and like toys and shit like that, it's a lot of dies out.
You are not just blinded by nostalgia. Disney was actually at its peak from 1989 to 1999. This was known as the Disney Renaissance, where some of their best movies were created. The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, Pocahontas, Hercules, Mulan, Tarzan. These 8 classics all received an overwhelmingly positive critical reception, but more importantly, the fans loved it. Each film generated hundreds of millions of dollars in the box office. The Lion King earned the most at nearly $1 billion, making it the 57th most successful film of all time. These films were so successful that even their soundtracks were selling millions of copies. The Little Mermaid 6 times platinum, Beauty and the Beast 3 times.
Guys, I mean Tarzan, they played it in the beginning, right? I can feel it coming in. Chat, they played it at the beginning of the is it another movie? I don't know them.
Platinum. Aladdin 3 times platinum. Pocahontas 3 times platinum. The Lion King reached diamond status. Now I did skip over possibly the most iconic animated film of the 90s, Toy Story. And that's because Disney did not actually create this film. In the 80s, Pixar was just an animation group making commercials as a step towards their ultimate goal of making an animated feature film. The studio made shorts to
Chad, when I was young, Chad, the beginning of Toy Story, Chad, the guy with the fake teeth, that I had nightmares because of that shit. It scared the fuck out of me.
Test their RenderMan software and produce animation challenges for the team. Tin Toy successfully garnered attention from Disney, who wanted to expand the idea, making a film from the perspective of a toy. They developed a relationship where Disney agreed to distribute 3 films for Pixar, as well as provide connections and budget to land superstars Tom Hanks and Tim Allen as lead roles. But Pixar had never written a movie. Luckily, their co-founder John Lasseter had previously been an employee of Disney and worked on The Fox and the Hound, so John was tasked with writing Pixar's first film. He spent nearly 2 years working on the first version of Toy Story that depicted Woody as a cynical jerk.
Who said your job was to think, Spring Wiener?
Well, I just thought that
use this vast reserve of brain power to consider this for a moment. If it wasn't for me, Andy wouldn't pay any attention to you at all. In fact, my sketchy friend, you would have been hauled away to Goodwill a long time ago, so shut your mouth and get them off the bed.
When Pixar pitched this, Disney executives hated it. They thought the characters were mean-spirited and would send the wrong message to children, so they shut down production of the film. John was embarrassed and begged for another chance. Disney gave him 2 weeks to develop another version. The second iteration of the film depicted a perspective of toys who desperately want to be played with because they love and care about their owners deeply. Disney greenlit the film, and luckily it paid off. In 1995, Toy Story released and earned $373 million.
Chad, you know what happened, Chad? They probably gave him 2 weeks because they knew that he would not be able to do it, right? And it was like the way to brush him off, right? And he actually did it. Let that sink in.
Worldwide, becoming the second highest grossing film of 1995, the first ever full-length computer-generated film, and a classic that shaped the childhoods of millions. Pixar and Disney followed that up with A Bug's Life and Toy Story 2, adding to the catalog of amazing films. But it wasn't just these animated films that made Disney so iconic during the Renaissance. You also had the mighty...
Last pause. When I was young, chat, you guys are not gonna get it. We had popsicles too that were Bug's Life sponsored, and they were popsicles, chat, the popsicles, and they had gummy bugs inside popsicles, and you would chew on it and you get bugs and you had little gummies. Like, it was fucking insane, dude.
Ducks, Cool Runnings, Angels in the Outfield, The Jungle Book, Hocus Pocus, The Parent Trap, Heavyweights. Let me know some of your favorites. It's also important to understand that during the 90s, Disney also owned two major production studios, Touchstone and Hollywood Pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Touchstone produced Armageddon, Pretty Woman, Dead Poets Society, Sister Act, while Hollywood Pictures produced Tombstone, The Sixth Sense, and a bunch of others I don't personally recognize. In short, Disney absolutely dominated the 90s. They created iconic moments of magic that taught us valuable life lessons. They taught us right and wrong. Never pretend to be something you are not. Listen to your parents. Love and cherish your family. Lessons that would make us well-rounded human beings. However, they did get their fair share of criticism back then as well. The Hunchback of Notre Dame explores themes such as lust, obsession, and religious hypocrisy, which are more mature and intense than typical Disney fare. The character of Esmeralda was critiqued for her sexualized design, objectifying and misrepresenting her character. The 1989 VHS cover of The Little Mermaid was banned and later changed when people noticed it contained phallic imagery. But these days, many people think we should have been harsher on Disney films in the 90s, which has caused people to go back in the past and become critical of what they thought were great films. And before we absolutely...
You shouldn't have been harsher at a time where people didn't believe in the things you believe in the current days. That makes no fucking sense at all. That is such a weird way to move through the world in a weird retrospective fucking hindsight herald way. What a dumbass fucking take.
Dismantle your favorite childhood films. Let me tell you about today's sponsor. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Get in on the NFL action with their Pick'em game.
Sorry. Copy the video. That just seemed like good videos. Good video, by the way. We love the videos, by the way. If you want me to stop reacting, you send me a DM.
Aladdin as a whole was criticized for perpetuating negative stereotypes and presenting a distorted and one-dimensional view of the Arab world. They also thought that the casting of white actor Robin Williams to voice the genie, who is a mystical being living in a lamp, was considered whitewashing since the character had cultural connotations associated with the Middle East. Disney also went...
Yeah, but chat, what race is, like, fucking a ghost in a lamp, yo?
Back and changed controversial lyrics in the song Arabian Nights, a joke from the bloopers reel in Toy
The motherfucker is blue, bruh. The mother is straight up fucking blue.
Story 2 raised so much controversy in 2019 that Disney decided to remove it.
You know, I'm sure I could get you a part.
That's bluism, man.
I'm sorry, are we back? Oh, all right, girls. Lovely talking with you.
Considering the sexual misconduct allegations against Disney executives, this joke didn't age well. Pocahontas was accused of appropriating and commodifying Native American culture for profit, without showing proper respect or understanding of the cultures and traditions they were depicting, while also being too historically inaccurate. They also depicted a relationship that falsely represented how natives felt about European settlers. Their song Savages is a war song in the film with some questionable lyrics. Their whole disgusting race is like a curse. Their skin's a hellish red. They're only good when dead. They're different from us, which means they must be evil. People were angry that they made such an abhorrent song into a catchy tune. However, defenders simply say that this is an accurate way to depict how horrifying and absurd their mindset was. Disney did go back and change some of the lyrics, from their whole disgusting race is like a curse to here's what you get when the races are diverse. However, there is no argument that the Renaissance era was Disney's peak.
Wait, I'm confused. If you don't go hard enough, it doesn't depict the proper thing. But if you depict the proper thing, it's too harsh for people's take. So you have to tone it down. That's like a really difficult line to glide, or that's like really difficult.
And the only reason they survived throughout the 2000s was because of their ability to buy the companies that were actually making great art. The 2000s is often described as Disney's experimental era, because the company started trying different ventures to keep their billions flowing in. The Disney Channel was their venture into...
If you say bad behavior, it doesn't depict real, so you're whitewashing. If you say, oh, then it's just straight up racist. Oh my god, well, dude, that's way too far. You cannot say it like that. And it's like, what the middle ground seems impossible to...
Daytime television and was the last original creation before they kind of gave up. Even Stevens and Lizzie McGuire were their first big successes in the live-action sector, which led to huge hits like That's So Raven, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana, and Wizards of Waverly Place. These shows rooted our problems as tweens into reality. They depicted fun adventures while also tackling real problems like how to talk to your first crush, how to combat bullies, going through puberty, among other growing pains. Every single one of their successful TV shows were turned into movies.
Chat, one time, chat, I combated a bully and I got fucking clapped. Chat, I got clapped so hard, I started running away, right? and the guy was faster, and he ran after me, and he kicked my back leg, and my legs got twisted. I fell on the ground, right? And then he was pulling by my backpack, and everybody made fun of me, dude. So my advice to you is, yeah, don't do none of that shit. You're getting fucking busted.
Movies, which speaks to their experimental nature. But they also produced original TV movies like Smart House, Cadet Kelly, the Halloween Town series, and of course, High School Musical. For the people that didn't grow up during this era, it's hard to describe how much the Disney Channel impacted children. Kids in the 50s through the 70s pretty much only watched cartoons on Saturday mornings. 80s and 90s kids watched before school and after school, but had less variety and autonomy over what they were watching. Early 2000s kids grew up with multiple TVs in the house. If parents wanted to control the television, they likely had a playroom TV or bedroom TV where they could watch whatever they want. They had DVRs, playback software, endless amounts of reruns, and even—
Chat, where I'm from, chat, if you were able to watch Scooby-Doo, it means that you skipped on school because you were either sick or you were faking to be sick. Boom.
Multiple channels that aired the same shows. Disney Channel shows were averaging anywhere from 4 to 10 million viewers on the premieres alone. Hannah Montana and the Cheetah Girls became international superstars, doing stadium tours with 10,000 plus people singing songs that were based on a Disney Channel TV show. And while their live-action TV thrived, their animated TV shows were much weaker than competitors Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. But they still had some solid new additions with The Proud Family, Kim Possible, and Phineas and Ferb. All of those also got their own TV movies. But if it wasn't for Pixar, Disney's animated film presence would have tanked.
Not what
they started the 2000s with The Emperor's New Groove, which fans loved, but it failed to meet the financial success of the Renaissance-era films, only profiting about $70 million, which isn't enough for Disney. From here, hand-drawn animation was being considered obsolete, and Disney had not been working on computer-generated animation. To make things worse, there was new competition on the horizon: DreamWorks. Disney created a competitor to Pixar and DreamWorks called Secret Lab, but the films they produced failed to meet expectations. Dinosaur was their 2000 film that featured CGI prehistoric creatures. The movie was just alright, not impressive enough for their CGI debut. It secured over $300 million.
Chat, isn't that at the end, chat, where they all fucking die? Chat, is that the one?
$1 million in the box office, but they expected more. Secret Lab closed down after one failure. Pixar exploded again with Monsters Inc., and DreamWorks came out of the gates hot with Chicken.
Chat.
Failure.
I'm gonna say,
Pixar exploded.
Chat, big shout out to McDonald's. They had a sick Happy Meal with the collab of Monster Inc. It was fucking hard. McDonald's went hard. Shout out McDonald's.
And DreamWorks came out of the gates hot with Chicken Run and Shrek. Shrek 2 secured $900 million in the box office. Disney was trembling. The Lilo and Stitch movie was the last original bona fide hit Disney had since the 90s, grossing $273 million, but it still didn't even come close to Pixar. Finding Nemo grossed nearly $1 billion worldwide. The Incredibles $600 million. Monsters Inc. $500 million. But it wasn't even just the money. Disney's animation was outdated, and their storylines were almost exactly the same from 1989 now into the 2000s. They knew they could not compete with the creativity of Pixar or DreamWorks, so CEO Bob Iger decided to acquire Pixar in 2006 for $7.4 billion. Every movie after 2006 by Pixar could technically be considered a Disney movie, but John Lasseter at Pixar was not going to let them ruin his film.
Chat, just buy it. That's it. It's what it is.
He demanded that Disney executives have little power over the creative direction of Pixar films. And since Disney needed Pixar, they obliged and saw even more success. Cars, Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up. Pixar saved Disney, but only for a little bit. To make matters worse for Disney, they were struggling to find big success in live-action films. There was really only two films that carried this era: Pirates of the Caribbean, which became a multi-billion-dollar series over the next 2 decades, and Chronicles of Narnia, which also grossed over $1 billion worldwide. Even though that was technically a spin-off from a book series written in the 50s. Other than that, we got some cult classics like The Princess Diaries, Freaky Friday, Bridge to Terabithia, and Remember the Titans. However, as we went into the 2010s, Disney Channel ratings started to dwindle. The only show still gaining viewership was Wizards of Waverly Place. By that point, kids like me were in high school and moving on from Disney. It seemed like every sector of their business was facing imminent disaster as we passed 2010. Their TV cartoons weren't as good as Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, their animated films weren't as good as Pixar and DreamWorks, their live-action TV shows were losing steam, and honestly, they never really had booming success with live-action films aside from a few. So instead of buckling down, figuring out where they are going wrong, figuring out how to create wonderful, imaginative universes like they did in the 90s and for nearly 100 years before, they took the easy way out and just bought.
Chat, the other day, chat, believe it or not, because I was in LA way back. I was with somebody in the Uber, and I went under the bridge where they throw the shoes in holes. Where they throw the shoes at the beginning of the movie.
Out companies who are actually making great
boom,
art. Disney crazy. Actually has a long history of buying companies that are competing with them, or buying into industries they want to take part in. Like in 1993, they purchased the Mighty Ducks hockey team and the California Angels baseball team. Why? Because they wanted to make a hockey movie and a baseball movie, and they weren't just going to waste an opportunity to create a money-making professional sports empire. Well, they failed, but the movies were pretty good.
Yeah,
then in 1996, they purchased ESPN as a whole when they acquired ABC Inc. And to save you a bunch of time, this is every single company that Disney owns.
What?
Acquired ABC Inc. And to save you a bunch of time, this is every single company that Disney owns today.
Huh. All that?
Real estate companies, theme parks, merchandising, Vice, National Geographic, Hulu, and even GoPro. Disney has their white gloves in just about every business imaginable. They were once a company that took pride in creating cinematic masterpieces to last decades. With the help of Bob Iger, they became focused on one thing and one thing only: profit. And in the start of the 2010s, they did pretty dang good after they purchased Marvel Entertainment for $4.4 billion. Many people thought Disney acquiring Marvel would remove some of the edge these Marvel characters had. Just like John Lasseter made sure Disney didn't ruin Pixar, Marvel's president Kevin Feige was going to continue to control the creative direction.
How's that based? Because every single fucking company out there in this market day and age, it's all about profit. Everything is. You're saying that it's not, it's fucking brain dead, right? It's just how it is. Like
future films. Kevin produced most of the iconic Marvel movies in the early 2000s. Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four. Marvel was on fire, and Disney's newfound ownership would surprisingly make things better in the beginning. Feige had a vision for the Marvel Cinematic Universe that no one had attempted before on the big screen. His plan was to make an interconnected universe of films all building to one finale. Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America. They came out of the gates hot. The Avengers securing $1.5 billion worldwide, which made it the third highest grossing film of all time in 2012.
Guys,
Iron Man 3.
Guys, here's a fucking molten take. Guys, I'm not trying to be a contrarian, I swear, okay, guys, I'm not doing it on purpose, okay? I haven't watched the Avengers, and I think it's dog shit. I don't like, guys, it's like cum stacking. They're just putting a bunch of superheroes in the same fucking stack and being, dude, watch this, it goes hard, bing, and just stacking. And for me, I like a good story of like one guy, one underdog. Stacking for me seems kind of boring as fuck, dude. So I haven't watched
The
it.
Dark World, The Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man. Marvel was releasing 2 huge feature films per year, and each time it was a cultural event. All the way up through 2019, they were breaking records left and right. Deadpool, Thor Ragnarok, Deadpool 2, Venom, all were massive. Then Black Panther, becoming the highest grossing film directed by a black filmmaker, grossing over $1.3 billion. The film celebrated black culture in a groundbreaking way, offering a vision of Africa through the fictional nation of Wakanda that was rich, advanced, and uncolonized.
I thought Black Panther was just flat out boring, and the CGI sucked dick.
Film showcased a specific, beautiful black aesthetic, from Afrocentric natural hair to carefully designed costumes drawing from various African references. This attention to detail reflected the diversity of black culture and identity. But the 2 movies that wrapped up Marvel's decade-long dominance are Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. Infinity War grossed $2 billion at the box office, making it the highest-grossing superhero film of all time, only to be beaten by Endgame the next year, $2.7 billion worldwide.
Like, look, they're just stacking. Look, they got fucking Tom Hanks and shit. Fucking, I don't know what this guy is. Fucking Laser Man, Tornado Girl, fucking bald, Archer guy. I don't know who the fuck those people are, bro.
Many people believe these 2 movies are in the top 10 best superhero films of all time, and they also believe them to be the end of Marvel's dominance. After all, it was Kevin Feige's vision to build all these stories throughout the years until they came together in Endgame. Pixar continued to steamroll ahead in the 2010s. Toy Story 3 became the highest grossing animated film of all time. Brave, which was a new story that became a massive hit, earning $500 million in the box office. Monsters University grossed over $700 million. Then Inside Out was even bigger at $850 million. Finding Dory was another billion.
You know, chat, this movie, hold up.
$100 million. Then Inside Out.
this movie was more for adults than it was for children, but at the same time, gave children viewers exactly what they would find or expect in a children's movie, which is really, really good. It's one of the movies that I think gets that line the best out of all the other movies. This is my take. That movie is where they perform the best at giving both sides what they want without really realizing it. Does that make sense?
That was even bigger at $850 million. Finding Dory was another billion-dollar box office success. If you look at Pixar's catalog from 1995 to 2017, they had one flop, one of the most impressive runs in history. Disney was in total domination at the start of the 2010s. Yeah, they were being carried by their acquisitions, but they made a short comeback from their own animation studio. Wreck-It Ralph in 2012 was a very Pixar-inspired film about the lives of video game characters inside the arcade machines. Earning a solid $500 million at the box office got the momentum building for what was about to come. Frozen, the highest grossing animated film of all time, beating out Toy Story 3, $1.28 billion. But the success of Frozen...
Watched it, sang it, but after that I got so annoyed at all the promotion of Frozen everywhere plastered that I was like, I'm not gonna watch the next one, and I didn't.
Was more than just money. Disney was able to recreate the magic and cultural dominance they had in the 90s. An original princess movie with addicting musical performances, valuable life lessons for kids like learning to be brave, take risks, communicate your conflicts, and always love your friends and family. It just felt right to see my little sister have an iconic Disney film to grow up with. Then they followed up with Big Hero 6 and Moana, both solid additions to the new Pixar-inspired Disney catalog. They also took a big step progressively. In 2014, on an episode of Good Luck Charlie, Disney displayed a same-sex couple for the first time.
Taylor has two moms.
Something that would become a key part of all of their films years later. Their live-action films Cinderella and The Jungle Book were also huge hits. Beauty and the Beast earned over $1 billion. By the mid-2010s, everything was booming again. Disney just could not miss. In 2012, they purchased Lucasfilm, the creators of Star Wars, for $4 billion. Although this acquisition...
Wait, for only $4 billion? What is this guy, fucking broke?
Lucasfilm, the creators of Star Wars, for $4 billion. Although this acquisition financially would be fruitful for Disney, there are a lot of mixed opinions regarding the execution of these films. Their first release with Lucas...
That's a fucking robbery. Dude, they've been milking this bitch like a cow for only $4 billion.
Film was in 2015, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which as it sits is the 11th highest grossing film of all time adjusted for inflation, earning $2 billion. A huge success, but it didn't actually continue the Star Wars story that was developed for the past 40 years. It's like they changed everything the fans knew and loved about their characters and wrote a new story. Visually, it was stunning, and people who were new to the franchise adored it, but longtime fans were disappointed, hoping the second film would be better. Rogue One in 2016 took a bit of a risk casting lesser known, or at the time,
if you know, you know, chat.
not A-list actors, Felicity Jones and Diego Luna. Disney executives were supposedly not fully satisfied with the first cut, and will bring in writer and director Tony Gilroy to help with the movie. With his help streamlining it all, reconceptualizing the story, reshooting scenes and editing, with the iconic Darth Vader fight scene being added right at the end of filming, the movie would be a huge hit. It was the last critically acclaimed and beloved Star Wars movie, despite having a $1 billion decrease in revenue from the previous one. Star Wars is a multi-generational classic that is always going to bring in revenue due to it being the most popular film franchise of all time. Using revenue alone is not an accurate representation of how the community felt about these films, and there are people who dedicate their entire lives diving into the insane complexity that is this cinematic universe that George Lucas created. So to sit here and describe where every film went wrong would take forever. But there is some crucial information to understand why Disney tainted the Star Wars legacy. Disney CEO Bob Iger wrote in his 2019 memoir that George Lucas wrote outlines for a Star Wars trilogy. Bob said, "We needed to buy them, though we made it clear in the purchase agreement that we would not be contractually obligated to adhere to the plot lines he had laid out. Instead, Disney gave creative control to..."
That's gonna base it though, chat. Because some writers, they do a massive work, it pops off, right? And then it gets to their heads and they get brain dead. They get brain dead, right? And then they produce dog shit. You want to be able to fucking get out of that contractually if they do dog shit. Think about that, chat. Think about that.
To director J.J. Abrams, screenwriter Michael Arndt, and Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy. From the very beginning, George Lucas saw them...
Chat, think about the guy who did Minecraft. He did Minecraft, popped off, sold it, then he became political dog shit machine. What if he was still in creatively at the top of Minecraft, and then he started having fucking the villagers and shit, like, start saying some bullshit. Like, oh, dude, I want the villagers to say dumb shit. Like, dude, think about that.
Ruining his vision for the trilogy,
political.
he felt betrayed. Disney loved his ideas and bought him out only to change everything they loved. And instead of them coming up with their own cohesive story, they let multiple directors take the leads for different films.
Yeah,
Rian Johnson for The Last Jedi and J.J. Abrams for The Rise of Skywalker. Critics say these films subvert our expectations, but that's just a fancy way of saying it's unpredictable. And just because it's unpredictable doesn't mean it's good. The film's decisions regarding character arcs, plot twists, and the identity of certain characters felt totally random and lacked continuity. Going against the man who created this franchise obviously pissed off longtime fans, and although each movie brought in serious profits, they felt like Disney took advantage of George Lucas and the massive Star Wars community. Financially speaking, throughout the 2010s, Disney reigned supreme, with almost no dents in their armor, but the only way to go from here was...
That's tough, dude. You know what, chat? Because we're in an era where people don't know what they want, in my opinion. And if people got what they wanted out of George in our current times, they would have found a way to cancel them or some shit. I'm telling you.
Starting with Pixar, the studio that saved them 20 years earlier. John Lasseter, Pixar and Walt Disney Animation Studios' chief creative officer, took a leave of absence in 2017 after revelations last year that he sexually harassed multiple employees during his tenure. At Pixar, John was known for grabbing, kissing, making comments about physical attributes. John responded with, "I've recently had a number of difficult conversations that have been very painful for me. It's never easy to face your missteps, but it's the only way to learn from them." Lasseter made himself the victim, hoping to gain sympathy of those who oppose this sudden Me Too movement. Disney didn't fire him until he finished the projects that he was working on. He stayed there for another year to finish Incredibles 2 and Toy Story 4. Both were massive commercial and critical successes. Although John was exposed for being a relentless creep, deserving of his termination, there is no doubt that he was the creative genius at Pixar. After he left, Pixar died. Onward was a box office flop and received controversy for this clip.
It's not easy being a new parent. My girlfriend's daughter got me pulling my hair out, okay?
The officer mentions her girlfriend's daughter, obviously stating that she is a lesbian. Most people didn't even notice this quick line. In fact, the LGBTQ community was pretty happy about it. However, this short scene got the film banned in multiple Middle Eastern countries. From there, Soul was a flop. Luca was a flop. Turning Red managed to barely make a profit, but when you consider marketing expenses, it's still a flop. Pixar was spending $100 to $200 million per film to make these detailed, beautiful universes, but lacked any decent storytelling to keep you engaged. Lightyear was the unforeseen spin-off of Toy Story's Buzz Lightyear.
Guys, I told you guys in the past, I don't fall asleep during movies. I love movies. I fell asleep during this too, man. That shit was fucking dog garbanzo, man. The jokes were flat and forced. The characters were uncharismatic, and you could just glance over them and forget about them. And the story is just kind of dog, man.
Lightyear.
Fuck,
and in this
dude.
one, Pixar took their inclusion to new heights when they displayed a same-sex couple kissing. Conservatives claimed Lightyear was an attempt by Disney to indoctrinate children and shape their beliefs. Social media saw a firestorm of different opinions online, and the movie failed in the box office. But not just because of controversy. It's because they depicted Buzz as more of a human than the toy we all know and love.
Yeah.
It was voiced by not Tim Allen, and it's an origin story that nobody really needed in the first place. It's hard to say what exactly went wrong at Pixar in the past few years. It can't simply be Lasseter's exit because he was hired by Skydance Animations and their first movie, Luck, was a commercial and critical failure. Pixar has never had so many failures commercially and critically in their entire history. They are on life support and don't know how to save themselves. The next sector of Disney's business to go was their own animation studio. Instead of taking risks on new storylines, they continued pushing what was working. Ralph Breaks the Internet was a solid sequel that was loved by fans and critics, also turned a decent profit. Frozen 2 was bound to be a smash hit and ended up being bigger than they probably imagined, $1.4 billion in the box office, the second highest grossing animated film of all time. Hopefully this was enough profit to handle all the loss they were about to take in the 2020s. Raya and the Last Dragon, flop. Encanto had an okay box office.
What the fuck is that? Guys,
what the 2020s. Fuck Raya and the Last Dragon
is Raya and the Dragon? What?
Flop. Encanto had an okay box office performance.
Who the fuck is Encanto?
But got more popular once it was added to the Disney Plus streaming service. Strange World was a massive box office failure and had yet another LGBT.
Guys, I've never seen any of this shit.
controversy. The main character, Ethan Clade, is an openly gay teenager whose crush is the male character, Diazo. This is the first Disney film with an openly gay lead character. Teachers in Florida were being investigated for showing this film to their students. Opposers think that Disney Animations is failing because they choose not to write an interesting and meaningful storyline, but rather focus on pushing an agenda to children. However, the LGBTQ community feels like they are finally getting deserved representation in films. But Disney made their stance towards the LGBTQ community very clear in March of 2022.
Yo, here's a mega super cold or hot take. It's like a lukewarm take. Okay, I don't give a fuck what sexuality or where the fuck the characters are. It's what they do that matters. And a lot of times I don't want to know. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't know why. Guys, it's not that I'm against or for, it's just, I just don't care, dude. If the guy is gonna fucking pull the moon and slingshot into the sun, okay, whether he fucking likes dick or pussy, doesn't do shit for me. I don't care, man.
When Florida legislature passed HB 1557, otherwise known as the Don't Say Gay Bill. This bill prohibits instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity in grades kindergarten through 3rd grade. The bill is framed around the fundamental rights of parents to make decisions regarding the upbringing and control of their children. Since Disney World is located in Florida, they were pressured to take a stance. They issued a statement.
Say, hey man, so you just want them all to be straight. See, you don't really, in the name of inclusivity, now you're doing the opposite. Because then you act like it matters. For me, I don't automatically think that they're straight or whatever the fuck. I automatically don't care. They don't have to kiss somebody or suck them off to go hard and save the world, dude.
Statement. Florida's HB 1557 should have never been passed and should never have been signed into law. Our goal as a company is for this law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts, and we remain committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that. Disney did not attempt to block this law while it was in process, and as far as we know, have not made any progress towards getting it changed. Walt Disney Studios was able to offset some of the losses.
Chad, if anything, I think one of the problems that they do is that when somebody is like gay or something like that, they're all like, they depict them in such like a, dude, there are people that you cannot tell they're gay, but just looking at them. A lot of people that are gay, you can't tell they're gay, but just looking at them. But in the movies, they're all like wearing these like weird shit. They have a weird hat on and like tags and shit and macarons and shit. Bro, why do they have to be like that? Them being gay in the thing could be just enough. Why do you have to show that they're gay in these crazy ways? We don't give a fuck, bitch. Oh my god, dude. The other character, like this, bro, you can already tell just by looking at it that like there's a goal here, okay? The actions that they like a guy as a guy, we know this person is gay. You don't have to make them look gay. More gayer.
Two animation studios failing with live-action remakes of classics. From 2015, Disney has been on a remake tirade. Cinderella, The Jungle Book, Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Guys, every time there's a movie, it's not like hey guys, this guy is gay, by the way. For them, it's always, audience, let's pause here. This guy is gay as fuck. He's as gay as it gets. Look at it. Dude, chill out, man.
Beauty and the
holy
Beast,
shit,
Dumbo,
dude.
Aladdin, Lady and the Tramp. All of these were very safe and solid box office successes, but the biggest was none other than The Lion King, earning $1.6 billion, making it the highest grossing animated film of all time. However, these safe remakes would come to a screeching halt. Mulan, Cruella, Pinocchio, Peter Pan all failed to make substantial revenue. Now this could be due—
Well, I mean, this looked like a fucking animated, like, this is like live action bullshit. It was so, this just all looks so corny.
Pinocchio,
Bro,
Peter—
this is just corny, dude. It's just corny. everybody's so unmemorable. You just glance over them and you forget about them, dude.
Japan all failed to make substantial
all
revenue.
characters
now,
are
this could be
forgettable
due to
now.
the pandemic shutting down theaters and people being scared to go out in public, but it's more likely that Disney fans are just exhausted from the oversaturation of old stories. So they threw a curveball at a classic.
Last pause. No wonder dude, people are all fucking weebs with their fucking hats and shit. Okay, buying their stupid ass merch and whatnot. No wonder. People are all anime based because anime still has fucking heroes that do crazy shit, underdogs with good storylines, instead of fucking baseless, void characters, meaningless of anything, walking around fucking doing a bunch of shit that's socially acceptable and inclusive and forgetting about being a hero. That's what matters in the characters, is that they do things that we think are unthinkable. Not them being a certain what the fuck. I don't care, man.
The Little Mermaid
Jesus.
2023 was a live-action remake that casted Halle Bailey as Ariel. This made headlines because the original 1989 animation depicted Ariel as a white woman, whereas Halle is African American. Disney has been accused of whitewashing their characters for years, but we don't often see them totally change the race of one of their main characters. Critics accuse Disney of
oh, if it's white, it's whitewashing. If it's black, it's overly inclusive. Yo, choose your stance, bro. You can't have it both ways, man.
blatantly pandering, trying to change something that was a non-issue in the first place. However, defenders pointed out that mermaids don't have a race because they are not real, and Disney has had very few black lead characters over the years. Some people in the middle thought that
fuck it, at this point, dude, anything you make something animated or whatever, make them all fucking blue, green, make them all fucking invisible, dude. That way they cannot have a race or ethnicity. They're translucent. You can see through them, dude. You can see through them. Fuck it.
the lead just didn't look like Ariel, specifically because her hair is orange
Bring
and
back
not
the
red.
Smurfs!
Normally, these controversies lead to failure, but fans and critics seem to like this movie, and it made a nice profit. However, their upcoming Snow White remake has easily received the most controversy out of them all, and it hasn't even come out yet. It all started with the casting of Rachel Zegler, a Colombian-American set to play the role of Snow White. This specific princess is known for having pale white skin and dark hair, but Rachel's skin color is not why people are angry. It's her constant reminders that she hates the original story.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
The cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to...
Every time she talks, all I can think is Jaden Smith saying the political, economical state of the world, dude. That's all I can think about, dude. It's fucking Jaden Smith fucking 2.0, dude.
The ideas of women being in roles of power. I just mean that it's no longer 1937. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
Even people who are extremely for Disney reshaping and modifying their classics to fit a modern society think Rachel is annoying, entitled, and disrespectful. And on top of that, she doesn't think she's being paid enough.
If I'm gonna stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid.
I guarantee you on everything, she did not spend 18 hours a singular time. Okay, I can guarantee you that. That didn't happen. No shot. Just stop it.
Every hour that it is streamed online.
She's like everything people hate about this generation distilled into a single person. There have been rumors that Disney plans on axing this film due to the controversy. If that becomes true, it would forever change the way they cast their lead characters. If they don't axe the film, it sends the message to future leads that you can disrespect the legacy of Disney, insert your unwanted opinions, all while elevating your fame and getting paid millions of dollars. Marvel has not been able to escape this downfall either. Aside from Spider-Man and Black Panther, who
because it's a character. I don't care who plays it, what they say about it. It's a fucking character, dude. I watch for the character, dude. Not for the fucking whoever Busta plays it and acts like some hoes, man. I don't give a fuck.
Or certified billion-dollar
what do people
hits,
care?
Their rollout of new films have been catastrophic. The New Mutants, The Kingsman, Morbius, Eternals, which was their first openly gay superhero, all bombed at the box office. This is especially bad when you consider these movies have $200 million budgets. Their new TV series She-Hulk, WandaVision, Ms. Marvel, and Secret Invasion are not drawing much excitement from fans either. And rumors are circulating that some of these TV episodes are costing upwards of $25 million to make. In an effort to cut costs, they aren't shrinking budgets and writing better stories, they're just laying off hardworking people. Bob Iger announced his plan to reduce costs by $5.5 billion, which included reducing the workforce by 7,000 employees. One of these employees was Marvel executive Ike Perlmutter, who was the man who sold Marvel to Disney 15 years ago. Disney has bought extremely valuable IP from culturally significant studios, rinsed every dollar they could out of them, and reshaped the narratives to tell a more modern and socially acceptable story. But they are now in panic mode. It's not working anymore. They have lost $900 million in their last 8 releases, and just a week ago their stock price hit a 9-year low when it fell below $84 in 2023.
Alright, chat, that's fine. Guys, that's okay. I'm buying Disney, fuck it.
So if going woke is clearly pissing off fans and dragging their financials into the mud, why are they doing it? Is it because they genuinely care about inclusion and making people of all kinds feel comfortable and happy? Well, when you learn about the Corporate Equality Index, you might think differently as to why companies are all of a sudden being so forward with their political ideologies. For the 16th year in a row, Disney received a score of 100 on the Human Rights Campaign Foundation's Corporate Equality Index. The CEI score is administered by the Human Rights Campaign, the largest LGBTQ political lobbying organization in the US. This score is given to companies that meet certain criteria such as workforce protections, inclusive benefits, supporting an inclusive culture, and the big one being...
Yeah, guys, isn't that the best example of that people care enough for the looks, but people don't actually care? This is a great example, right? Of people on the internet like to parade certain opinions and parade some certain virtues and be like, guys, look how much I care. Everybody, yeah, guys, we all care. But in the end, nobody actually cares.
Being corporate
appearance of truth. That's not the whole word. Sorry, my bad.
CSR is the one we will notice the most because of the rules that must be followed to earn a full score in this area. Marketing or advertising in LGBTQ consumers, advertising with LGBTQ plus content, advertising in LGBTQ media or sponsoring LGBTQ organizations and events, and demonstrated public support for LGBTQ plus equality under the law through local, state, and federal legislation or initiatives. Companies are rewarded with essentially a social credit score based on how inclusive they are. Investors often consider a company's CEI score as an indicator of potential future backlash over human rights violations.
You know what's the problem? Is that they all did it at once. I think that's a big problem, is that they all felt the need to force it all at once. It's okay to do it kind of like a little bit forcibly, here, there, and people don't really realize it. The public doesn't really get it, right? Because it just kind of happens. When they all do it at the same time, you go from everybody all being straight or something like that, or what? And it's a major instant flip over like 2 or 3 years. It's mega flip across the board, and the people will be defensive of that. And can you really blame them? It's an insta swap. It's a boom in your face, and people realize that, dude. The population becomes aware. Dude. You get it?
Or other controversies. A high CEI score can reassure investors that the company is a relatively safe bet. If you do not comply with the HRC's guidelines and receive a low CEI score, then investment firms that control trillions of dollars, such as BlackRock, will actively avoid investing in your company. This situation becomes particularly concerning when viewed through the lens of potential blackmail. If a company fails to meet HRC's criteria, the HRC can exert pressure on investors. These investors, in turn, can influence the company's board.
Chad, what if BlackRock does it because they know that this is going to be bad at the beginning, but later on, the virtue and the whatever the fuck actually will pay off? Well, these guys are so smart, right? They actually know better. And you know it sucks now, it's not doing good now. It'll do good when the public lines up with those things, which, right? And you know they're doing it too forcibly, it'll pan out. I think they know. You know what, Chad? I think they know.
HRC's criteria, the HRC can exert pressure on investors. These investors, in turn, can influence the company's board, creating a chain of external pressures. If they learn that a company is not complying with the HRC's LGBTQ criteria, they have the power to contact advertising agencies and encourage them to no longer do business with these companies. This could result in a significant loss of income for a non-compliant company. Adding another layer of complexity, companies that do adhere to the CEI criteria may also be penalized if they engage in business with companies that do not. In some cases, even the companies that are making an effort to meet the CEI standards could see their scores negatively.
Yo, Berkshire Hideaway, 0. Jesus, man. Yo, Warren Buffett doesn't give a fuck.
Affected.
Holy
Very
shit,
powerful
bro.
billionaires are very much against conservative values. Strong family bonds, frugality, and modesty contradict the consumerist mindset. By influencing a younger generation to distance themselves from these traditional values, these cutthroat businessmen aim to shape a future consumer base that generates more profits than ever before. However, not every company is successful in trying to achieve a higher score. For instance, companies like Bud Light have faced controversies that led to significant financial losses. The biggest problem with this score is that you'll never know the difference between an actually progressive, inclusive company and one that's just trying to get a higher score to look good for investors. You have to ask yourself, is Disney trying to make your life easier, safer, and happier? Or are they just trying to prevent investors from getting scared and pulling out? The truth is, Disney has always faced backlash, and they always will. You can type in literally any Disney film, the word controversy after it, and you will find an article of someone pinpointing a small detail accusing them of being racist, whitewashing, too gay, not gay enough. There will always be someone angry. After dragging 3 iconic studios into the dirt and squeezing out every last penny they can, it seems like the one thing they haven't tried in 2 decades is use their endless amount of dollars and connections to build a super team and write a good story.
Oh man. Now I'm fucking brain dead, chat. I think I might be one of the dumbest people on the internet. Anyway, that was fun.